This is the rest area, right before you get to the Skyway Bridge in St. Petersburg, Florida. Puppy threw up twice, ate it twice, and Aiden whined for the 2-hour trip here. I forgot he hates long drives. But there was a traffic jam once I got on the highway, and turning around wasn't an option because it would have been 2 hours in the traffic jam. So we were on our way to St. Petersburg. You see that lady in the orange shirt picking up garbage bags? She's been staring at us since we got out of the car. I don't think dogs are allowed here. No, we're going to do it anyway. Nope, she's staring at me. Maybe she's staring at me because I'm staring at her. It's the dogs. People in parks hate drones and dogs. I have 2 dogs and 2 drones. Lucky I didn't bring the drones. What you doing? Always have to worry about them grabbing chicken bones. Someone left a comment, "You're a terrible dog walker. You don't pick up the poop and you have extractable leashes." Yes, I am. But I'm not a professional dog walker. Just walk my dogs. Used to have 5 of them at once. I was a professional dog shouter. I tried to herd them together while they were trying to herd me away from them. Me and my brother Jeff used to come to this park when we were kids. We'd go fishing, get clams and oysters off in the water. And I loved it. I think the only reason we came here was that. Yep, there you go. I'll get that later. I like how the dogs put their backs into it. You see that tree to the left? That wasn't pushed out of the ground. A hurricane pushed that onto this shore. There's a lot of them on the edge of this. That platform you just saw, I think it was there to watch the hurricanes. No, I'm just kidding. I think it used to be a picnic table. Oh, Aiden, he's such a good boy. Puppies. This puppy is the best puppy I've ever had. He's easy to train. He's easy to toilet train. And he snuggles right into my arms and goes to sleep at night. He'll rest his head on my shoulder and grab my arm with both of his paws and hold him and go to sleep. Of course, I'm not ready to go to sleep and I'm afraid to move. And it's so beautiful, I can't even reach for the camera. Nope. I gotta watch everything the puppy does. We don't want him pulling up a chicken bone and choking. Had a dog do that one time and it was horrifying. You have to reach in and pull a bone out of the throat. You see this muck right here? I don't know what the scientific name for it is, but it smells really bad. Probably why the dogs are drawn to it. Come on, boys. I'm not there yet. Aiden gets a nervous stomach when we're driving, and he pooped 3 times on the way here, and I'm counting the one back there. You know, I gotta tell you, with this puppy alone, I picked up so much poop that I think I can enter a rat spitting contest without getting sick. There's another one of those trees, or driftwood, or drift tree. I'm gonna call it a drift tree. In case you never heard that term before, you shouldn't, I just made it up. Yeah, come on. We're gonna go around. I have brand new shoes on. I was thinking. Or I guess we're gonna go back to the tree. You know, I hit my head twice on low-hanging branches. Probably didn't see that. Oh, come on, Aiden. You know better than that. You know, they say you're not supposed to use extendable leashes when you're dog walking. And I say to you, sir, I don't care. Maybe I care a little bit. Excuse me. It's my post-COVID cough. My daughter says, you know, since you had COVID, you cough a lot. I said, yeah, I know. Since I had COVID, you sure remind me of it a lot. She loves her dad. And I love her. Although, I did divorce her mom because she nagged me a lot. Just like my daughter. What you guys doing? They're looking at me. What are you doing? Where are we going? You're gonna yell at us? I might. some little kid's shoe. Let's see if Puppy reacts to that bird, and he did, before I could finish saying it. Look, other people's footprints. It's like being on a deserted island. Maybe there's another person on this island. Maybe it's a woman. Maybe there's somebody else, and they'll want my woman. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, just still thinking about that bird. So I could get me some of that bird. I wonder if there's another bird. He's such a good puppy. Alright, let's get some water. I'll put some ice in there for you. I had to give Puppy a little treat because he threw up his entire stomach twice, although he re-ate it, but I don't know where that's going. Good boy. Ice. More ice. Yep. You know, most of the comments I get are really nice. Every once in a while I'll get one from someone telling me that I'm not doing something right. Well, you're not a good viewer. You're not viewing right. In case you haven't seen enough dog butt today. Aiden wants to go. Where you going, Aiden? Never seen a boat before. He didn't know if he should chase it or back away. Are we in danger, Dad? Should I be concerned? It's a water car. Can we get a water car? Ask the dog. You know, I got the puppy some chew bones, so she'd quit chewing on my arm. And the first one, oh God, it took him 3 days to devour it. Then a couple days later, I gave him another one, and he took a lot longer to chew it down. And then I gave him a third one, and he just stared at it. He looked at me, and he asked, "Are we poor? Is that why you keep giving me the same thing?" I said, "No, we're not poor. You're just spoiled." My daughter, when she was little, she asked that because she still had 2-day-old candy. And here comes the boat. And there's a puppy face and a tongue. On the ride here, I just gave him bowls of ice. I didn't want him to have to go to the restroom. This is where sea monsters are made. And waiting for that boat. Don't drink that. Puppy knows where the treat bag is at. You know, I recorded this with 3 cameras, and I had to piece together the audio from the other 2 cameras. Come on. Aiden, must you hang back with me? That puppy ran in the water. Aiden, why so far ahead? Do you want to drink some water? Yeah. Why am I lagging so far back? That's not a doggy question. When I was a kid in the 70s, this was a great place to go. I mean the 1970s. Uh-oh, some minnows running from something. No, don't drink that. Sorry. Didn't mean to panic shout. Emma drank salt water one time and she had the runs all the way home. Bobby wants that bird. What would you do with it? You can't eat a bird, you're a puppy. Now you're making me sink in the... whatever the hell this is. Those are oyster bed. That's an old dead oyster bed right over there. Come on, Sergeant Cutie Pie and Aiden. Aiden's a magnificent dog, one of the best I ever had. If he didn't bite 3 people, he would be the best dog I ever had. But he thought he was protecting me. Of course, 2 of them were little girls. But you never know. I'm frightened of little girls. He must have sensed that. Aiden, you gonna get in there? I've never seen him get into a body of water like this. A swimming pool, but not a lake or a lagoon or the ocean. I took him to the beach one time, he hated it. In fact, I took him and the 2 white girl German Shepherds. And 2 of them ran back to the steps on the beach and just stood there and waited for it because they wanted to go home. I'm adjusting my microphone. Just got it last night. Maybe to improve the quality of these videos. Because after all, I know you're only watching these to hear me talk. And I gotta tell you, I hear me talk all the time. It's pretty darn entertaining. That's the post-COVID cough. Maybe I'll buy a house on the water like this, on the ocean. Right now we're landlocked over in Longwood, Florida. Can you see the Skyway Bridge? Come on, Aiden, come back here. Puppy, you can do whatever you want. You're not likely to attack anybody. Now, if you think I'm going to follow you in that mess, I got my own problems going on here. Brought the wrong brand new shoes. Wearing my customary black socks. It's traditional for old men that live in Florida. Oh, that was a mullet jump. Puppy, what'd you think about that? Aiden, that's the tuna fish I give you jumping out of the water. But they're not called tuna fish, they're called mullet. And they're a real greasy, disgusting animal I think they use for bait. You think we should stay here and watch the sun go down? Let's see, what time is it? We might not. 6:30. The sun goes down at my weather thing hadn't been working lately. Today. What is it, pupper? I brought a towel, but you threw up all over it. We'll try to salvage the end of it where there's not puppy puke, and I'll dry you off. Aiden, you watch that dog. He's never been out of the neighborhood before. Yeah, don't clean him, you'll get sick. Beautiful picture right there. Silhouette, I bet, from the backlighting. I brought a lot of water, but it's in the car. I think we only have one bottle left. I'm going to save it for when we leave here. Aiden, what's up there? Let's go see. You gotta be careful, there's little crabs in here. When I was a kid, me and my brother used to love playing in these West Coast Florida woods, jungle. Sometimes the tops of the trees would have so much vines on them that when we were little we would just walk across the top of them. Our parents didn't watch us. What you doing, little Magoo? Should we sit up here in the shade? I wasn't really asking you. Lots of different things to smell, right guys? Is it story time? I think it is. When I had Max and Maya, who passed away, and Emma, who also passed away, and Aiden, who's still alive, two of them were sleeping on the bed with me, and the other two sleeping on the ground. In my master bathroom, I left the door open so the winter cool wind can come in into the bedroom. Well, that night I smelled something bad. I sat up and I saw a big, giant bear in the bathroom staring at me. I looked down at all 4 dogs and they were sound asleep. I said out loud, "You guys got one job, and it's to save my life when I'm sleeping." Not one dog jumped up to protect me. Matter of fact, they didn't even wake up for the lecture. Bear ran out of the house. I got up and shut the door and went back to sleep. Next morning, he was still in my backyard, and he's a big bear. I'll show you pictures right now. Next morning, he just, I went out back and he lumbered over my fence, which he really collapsed it when he tried to climb over it. He was so large. If you notice, he has a big bite mark on his shoulder, so he's probably fighting for mating rights. Didn't get it from one of my dogs. And they never did wake up. Or they were pretending to be asleep because they didn't want to die. Which is not true, because Aiden, a few months ago, it was nighttime and I went out the side garage door and I didn't see this big bear in the yard because of a bush that was in front of me. And Aiden took off beside my legs, jumped on its back, bit into its back and held on. The bear ran up a big oak tree. I ran over to get Aiden off. He fell off when the bear started going up the tree. I yelled at him to get his stupid ass in the house. He ran in the house. I took a picture of him at night up in the tree. I went back in there and said, "What's wrong with you crazy dogs? You can't fight a bear." And that bear he wasn't as big as the other bear, but he was pretty big. And he went up that tree like it was nothing. So he was pulling about 300 pounds of weight up a tree in a split second. I think that even German Shepherds are afraid of German Shepherds. I had a girlfriend named Marie one time. Her name still is Marie. And I got her a German Shepherd named Cade. Here's a picture of Cade jumping in the pool. We were walking Cade one evening with Emma. And Marie looks up to me and said, "You know, Cade is so beautiful that I worry that somebody might pull over, stop the car, grab Cade and steal him and run off." And I said, "Yeah, they do that all the time," I said. People often trap themselves in a small car with a giant German Shepherd because they want to commit suicide. that. It's a horseshoe crab shell. Okay, I get it. It's time to go. Come here, babies. Drink the rest of this water so we can skedaddle. I said, so we can skedaddle. That's people talk. Let's beat it. Alright. That's it. Lick the camera, not the water. Well, fun fact, my brand new lapel mic didn't work. Now let's buzz off. Well, puppy, tide's coming in. Slowly but surely. And we gotta walk our way out of this muck. I said muck. Come on, let's walk around this mess. Come on. Ugh, not enjoying this. There's one of those big trees that a hurricane pushed onto the beach a long time ago. I don't think those trees originated there. Can you imagine a boat hitting one of those because it's floating out in the water? Of course, if they're out boating in a hurricane, then they got other problems. Can you see this red material that's in the sand? Hope it's not from red tide. Do you think it's from red tide? We don't know what you're talking about, Dad. We don't understand people talk. Then how is it that I understand dog talk? You don't. Oh yeah, I don't. All right, come on. Let's see if we can walk around this big fallen tree. Well, Aiden, you're going to ride in the back. Maybe that'll stop you from whining. Puppy's going to ride in the front. Maybe that'll stop him from throwing up. And I'm going to try to enjoy the 2-hour drive back home. Come on. When I was a kid, this is where all the hippies used to camp. This was a hippie campsite. I loved hippies when I was a little kid. I thought the hippie girls were so beautiful. My mom used to yell, "Quit looking at the girls." I used to say, "Mom, but they're hippies." Puppy, what you doing?